Michael Jordan had a love of the game clause. Can you zoom in a little bit so I can read it, Rob? There's a good tennis player. I'm so angry. So anyways, I don't know who's writing this, but the point of the love of the game clause was Michael at any point could play basketball anywhere and the Bulls couldn't stop him. He can go play street ball. A lot of teams nowadays don't want you to go play street ball at the gym, all this stuff. Michael had the love of the game clause. I can play anywhere, anytime, any place.
So in his contract with the Chicago Bulls, he could wake up at 9 a.m. one morning and go, I don't feel the love of the game anymore on this team. I'm leaving.
No, the love of the game was the fact that I don't have to tell you, Chicago Bulls, if I'm going to play basketball anywhere that's outside of the scope of the Bulls guidelines. I can play anywhere, anytime, any place with any stranger. Right. You can't ever stop me because I love the game, right? So Michael was a love of the game guy. Not everybody in the NBA today is a love of the game.
Imagine signing a $100 million contract, but you can't eat pizza or losing millions because you gained a few pounds. In the NBA, some contract clauses are so wild, they sound like they're straight out of a movie. Today, we're counting down the 10 most unbelievable contract clauses in NBA history that'll make you question if they were written by basketball executives or comedy writers. What's up, Basketball Nation? Welcome back. Today, we're pulling back the curtain on something most fans never get to see: the absolutely insane world of NBA contract clauses. And trust me, some of these are so wild, your fantasy basketball league will seem normal in comparison. Before we start our countdown, make sure to crush that like button and subscribe to join our basketball family. Also, hit that notification bell because we've got some crazy stories coming up in the next few weeks. Now let's dive into these contractual masterpieces. Number 9, the dog hair clause.
This night that Novak has had in weeks. Next to the delight of this crowd, there's still applause by his creativity.
When Steve Novak signed with the New York Knicks in 2012, little did fans know that hidden in the fine print was one of the most peculiar clauses ever written. The Knicks, heavily concerned about Steve Novak's allergy to dog hair, included a specific clause about dog hair removal that went into incredible detail and banned him from owning dogs. If the Knicks ever found out that he owned a dog, he'd be slapped with a $100,000 fine, which would be donated to an animal charity. Number 8, the Springsteen superfan.
Little popcorn day, please. Party on. It's a wonderful day. It's Oregon. The sun was out. Come on.
Bill Walton's love for Bruce Springsteen wasn't just a casual fan thing. It was contract-worthy. When signing with the Celtics in 1985, Walton didn't just ask for concert tickets. He demanded what became known as the Bruce Package. The contract went into incredible detail about his Springsteen-related privileges. Every time the boss played in Boston, Walton was guaranteed front-row seats. Not just any seats, mind you, but specifically seats 1-4 in row A. The contract even included priority access to ticket pre-sales and a guarantee that team commitments wouldn't conflict with concert dates. Number 7, the Spencer Haywood pizza ban.
Spencer Haywood.
The 1975 pizza clause in Spencer Haywood's contract with the Seattle Supersonics might sound funny at first, but it actually revolutionized how teams think about nutrition. The story begins when team analysts noticed a strange pattern. Haywood's scoring average dropped by 6 points in games following what they started calling pizza nights. But this wasn't just about banning pizza on game days. The Sonics created an entire Italian food monitoring system that would make a Roman grandmother blush. The contract prohibited pizza consumption 48 hours before games, but it went way deeper than that. The team actually hired what players called pizza detectives, staff members who would monitor local pizzerias near Haywood's house. The contract even included monthly pizza weight checks, where Haywood had to step on a scale while team officials checked for any signs of excess cheese consumption. Any violation would result in a $100 fine, which doesn't sound like much now. But remember, this was 1975. Number 6, the Dennis Rodman attendance bonus. When the Chicago Bulls signed Dennis Rodman in 1997, they knew they weren't just getting a legendary rebounder. They were getting the most colorful personality in NBA history. The resulting contract included what might be the most extensive behavioral clause ever written in professional sports. The famous attendance bonus wasn't just about showing up to games. It was part of what Phil Jackson called the Rodman rules. The contract offered a cool $1 million for playing in 79 regular season games, but that was just the beginning. Rodman had to get his hair colors approved by team management. Yes, you heard that right. The Bulls actually employed a hair color consultant to ensure the Worms' ever-changing hair wouldn't clash with their red and black uniforms. There were even specific rules about how many times he could change his hair color during playoff runs. Number 5. Charlie Ward's no basketball clause.
To the semifinal, and there's Charlie's money ball. Bang, bang.
The 1994 Knicks contract with Charlie Ward might sound straightforward. Don't play pickup basketball in the offseason. But this wasn't just about protecting their quarterback turned point guard from injury. It was a complete off-season activity regulation system that would make an overprotective parent proud. The contract's complexity came from Ward's unique background as a Heisman Trophy winner, making him the only NBA player who could legitimately threaten to switch to the NFL. The Knicks were so serious about preventing Ward from playing unauthorized basketball. Every pickup game in New York City had to be reported to the team. They even had scouts monitoring famous street ball courts like Rucker Park. The contract listed specific, approved recreational activities, which hilariously included miniature golf, but not regular golf because, according to one team executive, regular golf has too much walking. Number 4, the Magic Johnson legacy deal.
Screen from here to Bangor, Maine. One of the greatest players of all.
When Magic Johnson signed his groundbreaking 25-year, $25 million contract with the Lakers in 1981, he did more than secure his financial future. He revolutionized how NBA teams think about long-term player relationships. This wasn't just a playing contract, it was a complete life plan that would make most financial advisors jealous. The contract spread payments over 25 years, guaranteeing Magic $1 million annually, but that was just the beginning. The Lakers included ownership stake options after retirement, which was unheard of at the time. They even guaranteed him broadcasting rights for Lakers games, leading to Magic's successful career as a basketball commentator. The team threw in revenue sharing from team merchandise, essentially making Magic a business partner rather than just a player. Number 3, Michael Jordan's love of the game clause.
Michael Jordan had a love of the game clause. Can you zoom in a little bit so I can read it, Rob? There's a good tennis player. I'm so angry. So anyways, I don't know who's writing this, but the point of the love of the game clause was Michael at any point could play basketball anywhere and the Bulls couldn't stop him. He can go play street ball. A lot of teams nowadays don't want you to go play street ball at the gym, all this stuff. Michael had the love of the game clause. I can play anywhere, anytime, any place.
So in his contract with the Chicago Bulls, he could wake up at 9 a.m. one morning and go, I don't feel the love of the game anymore on this team. I'm leaving.
No, the love of the game was the fact that I don't have to tell you, Chicago Bulls, if I'm going to play basketball anywhere that's outside of the scope of the Bulls guidelines. I can play anywhere, anytime, any place with any stranger. You can't ever stop me because I love the game, right? So Michael was a love of the game guy. Not everybody in the NBA today is a love of the game.
His airness wasn't about to let anyone tell him when he could or couldn't play basketball, and his famous love of the game clause changed NBA contracts forever. The contract gave Jordan unlimited authority to play basketball anywhere, anytime, but it went even further. He could organize private scrimmages, participate in secret pickup games, and even play in exhibition matches without team approval. The Bulls were so confident in Jordan's judgment that they even provided insurance coverage for non-NBA basketball activities, something unheard of at the time. This clause became so legendary that it created a ripple effect throughout the league. Players like Kobe Bryant and LeBron James would later demand similar provisions in their contracts, citing the Jordan standard. The clause even affected college basketball, as top prospects started including similar provisions in their scholarship agreements. That's right, a contract clause became so famous, it influenced an entire generation of players. Number 2, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar's private jet demand.
The last time we shake hands.
When Kareem Abdul-Jabbar negotiated his private jet clause in 1975, he created what might be the most detailed transportation agreement in sports history. The Lakers didn't just agree to provide a private jet, they had to create an entire aviation program around their star center. The plane, nicknamed Sky Hook 1 by the crew, wasn't your standard private jet. It was a custom-modified Learjet with specific alterations to accommodate Kareem's 7.2 frame. The Lakers actually had to establish a separate company just to manage Kareem's air travel. They hired a dedicated flight crew who had to undergo special training for dealing with tall passengers. The contract even specified priority landing rights at Los Angeles airports, which meant sometimes even Hollywood celebrities had to wait while Skyhook 1 made its approach. Number 1, Zion's weight management clause.
Zion Williamson's $193 million Pelicans contract comes with a weight clause. Zion will have periodical weigh-ins, and his weight plus body fat percentage must be below 295. And if it isn't, he will get money taken away. Christian Clark of NOLA.com said that Zion has struggled to stay in shape. The weight concern also goes hand in hand with his overall health concern. He only played in 24 games in his rookie season due to a knee injury, and then he missed the entire last season because of a foot injury. But people believe this is his year. I believe this is his year.
At the top of our list sits the most talked about contract clause in recent NBA history. When Zion Williamson signed his massive extension with the Pelicans, worth potentially $231 million, it came with the most comprehensive weight management system ever seen in professional sports. This isn't your typical stay in shape clause. It's a complete body monitoring program that would make a NASA health screening look casual. The contract requires Williamson to undergo regular weigh-ins, but these aren't your standard step-on-the-scale affairs. The team installed specific FDA-approved scales that measure weight down to the 1/10 of a pound. Every 2 weeks, Zion must complete body fat percentage measurements using state-of-the-art technology. The team's nutritionists have complete control over his meal plans, even specifying exactly what he can eat during team flights. No more sneaking those extra snacks at 30,000 feet. And there you have it, folks. The 10 most mind-blowing contract clauses in NBA history. But here's the thing. The NBA is constantly evolving, and new crazy clauses are being written every season. Drop a comment below with your predictions for what wild contract clauses we might see in the future. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more incredible NBA content.